Back to the lines in a moment. You can talk about Birmingham Airport, you can talk about the families needing fathers or not, you can talk about Nelson Mandela and Britain's Got Talent too on 08453 00 9956. It's 20 past 11. You're listening to the voice of Birmingham and the Black Country, BBC WM. My name's Adrian Goldberg and this is the West Midlands' biggest phoning. With me now, the comedy troupe Victorious Sponge. Clever pun, eh? Andrew, Ollie and Chris all met at Birmingham University, thought they were a bit funny together, we'll be the judge of that, started making videos, now they're getting thousands and thousands of views on YouTube. Here's a snippet of what they do. So that's a little clip really, very hard though for comedy, and I've watched that clip, that whole Monday morning sequence. You can't really describe it unless you actually watch it, can you? So that's the soundtrack to it. So tell us a bit about yourselves, fellas, and how you hit upon becoming a YouTube sensation.
YouTube
That's
sensation.
what you are. Official. It's official.
It's official.
Go on.
Plaque.
I don't know who's making these things official, but
I just should just say we've got Andrew Bond, Ollie Firrell and Chris Stiliano in the studio. Come on then, tell us about yourselves, fellas.
Well, yeah. Ollie?
yeah, well,
You're not in the middle of one of your sketches now.
we met in university in first year. We all came to study film, and we lived together in halls. And we started off just as the project of kind of brushing up on our film skills. And then we decided, hey, you know what? Like we could actually put these on YouTube and see if anyone enjoys them, and nobody did. So it's yeah, for about a year, nobody watched it.
Did you make duds?
Yeah, we made plenty of duds.
To begin with,
finding the audience, it's just nobody wants to watch, you know,
three guys
in a car park pretending he's Gandalf. We did that.
Yeah, we had an experimental phase.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, but then after a while, people started to pick up our stuff. We had a couple of videos that we did really well.
Yeah.
We made a sketch specifically targeted at students, which all the student sort of audience really seemed to like, and that gave us our first little boost into the big time.
in terms of mainstream comedy, stuff that people will have seen on television in the old days when people used to watch comedy on television, who would you liken yourselves to?
I think it's probably different for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've all got our own little kind of
inspirations.
In terms of the classics, I'd say, I don't know, we're kind of Monty Python.
Maybe Monty Python-esque.
We're quite surreal.
There's an element of daftness about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Surreal, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
We've been likened with our last few videos to Peep Show. We've done a few videos where you can kind of hear the thoughts of the person on camera, and that's been likened to Peep Show a little bit in some of the comments. But yeah, we've each got our own sort of little inspirations. And
what about you, Chris? What sort of stuff do you?
Maybe the fast shows when I was growing up. That was always my favourite thing to watch.
Absolutely.
And big inspiration for me as well.
I'm just trying to think who the American guy was who put all his videos out on YouTube and has now got taken up by one of the main American TV networks. Has even had movies.
Oh, is that Fred?
Not Fred.
Fred. I'm only comparing it to Fred. No, Fred, I have to say, I've seen the movie. Fred is utterly lame. But I'm not comparing it to Fred. Except that it proves now that the internet is the proving ground, isn't it? You don't need to wait for some cigar-chomping television executive to say, okay, boys, I'm going to let you make a television program. It's not like that anymore. You can go away and do it yourself.
No, that's one of the best things about YouTube, is that it's just such a nice platform that anyone can kind of get involved in. So yeah, that's kind of what we've gone for. We're just like, right, well, we've got a platform here, we've got some nonsense, let's
the audience for anything as well. So many weird things you can find on YouTube, and people will watch it.
Yeah,
but it's interesting though. You said at the start, you're quite freely admitting to making a few duds. Anybody who does anything useful at some point makes a few duds along the way, especially when they're starting out. And there's loads of stuff out there on YouTube that might have 3 hits, which is the person who made it looking at it 3 times. But then you said you thought about it and you thought, all right, who are the natural audience for this? And I suppose you thought your students, that's your first port of call when it comes to finding an audience.
Yeah, just kind of people like us, people kind of our age, who are thinking, you know, who's going to be wasting all their time on Facebook and YouTube? It's like, well, that's what we're doing, so hopefully other people will also be doing that, and we'll
that's pretty much. We just started writing about stuff that we knew, really, and the sort of observations about being a student, and it really seemed to connect with people.
Here's a little snippet of one of your sketches called Stuff Students Do.
Or some butter.
Do we really need a TV license?
Very good.
The magic is really lost there.
Give people a sample of it.
It really does just sound like a collection of things that people say, but I swear it's better than that.
So, but how many views has that had now?
1.5 million?
It's 1.5?
Yeah.
I don't watch anymore.
One and a bit million for that one.
No, but that, you know, that is astonishing. And the great thing about that is, again, you know, you're bypassing the conventional television networks. You can just go and do it yourselves. And equally, you're bypassing the critics. All that matters is that somebody sees that, finds it funny, likes it enough to pass it on to somebody else in an email or on Twitter, Facebook or whatever. They can watch it. If they like it, they can pass it on to somebody else as well.
Yeah, that's what we rely on quite heavily. We can like release a video, and if people don't share it around, then the video dies. Like we're totally reliant on our wonderful audience who watch our stuff and share it around.
Yeah, that's a great position of strength. I know that one of the videos, Only Lads Will Get This, has had over 4 million views now.
That one
So
is quite well.
we're talking about, we're talking serious numbers. So it's obviously something you've enjoyed doing, a great laugh. But you're just coming to the end of your time now at Birmingham University. You just finished. How do you convert all that then into a job if you want to?
That's the thing.
That's a difficult one.
And if there are any sort of producers or people with lots of
now
money,
you want your cigar shop. Now you want a cigar chomping executive.
Now we need our cigar munching big dogs.
No, we don't know. Well, we've had a lot of great experiences, and if we can't continue doing our comedy, at least our CV looks great. And we had a great time.
But you can't. I mean, it seems to me that with that level of interest, you know, you're clearly doing stuff that touches a nerve. You can't not continue with it, can you?
Absolutely. I mean, already it's gotten us quite a few external to YouTube opportunities.
Like what?
Coming. Well, we've had like a couple of production companies approach us to do just like small sketches for them for a little bit of money.
Yeah,
but,
why not?
Yeah,
why not?
so hopefully just sort of more of that in the future, maybe.
It just strikes me though, you know, if you can get somebody who would, you know, pay to have an advert at the front end of one of your sketches, you know, if they thought it might be watched by 4 million people, that's going to be, you're probably going to be cheaper than a primetime slot on Britain's Got Talent, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
Yeah. So again, if there's anyone out there, we want a job, just give us some money.
Well, there you go. The heartfelt cry of students. We want a job, give us money. Andrew, Ollie, Chris, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very
if
much.
people want